Hello students, in this video we will learn about the cleansing chemicals, and we will learn about two type of chemicals which have a cleansing action, and these are soaps and detergents. So there is a difference between soap and detergents, and we will take one by one. First, about the soaps. What are soaps? We use soap for clean our body, for clean the clothes. So soap is a cleansing agent, and this soap is made up of, we have done saponification reaction, and we have seen in saponification reaction, I am again writing what is saponification reaction. See the spelling of soap and sapo. Sapo is a Latin word. In Latin, sapo means soap and saponification means cleansing by soap. So what is saponification reaction? In saponification reaction, an ester is taken. This is an ester. What is the name of this ester? It has COO group, CH3CO, C2H5. So this end is from alcohol, this end is from carboxylic acid. So it is ethyl, and here also two carbons are there. So it is ethyl ethanoate, ethyl ethanoate, or simply ethyl acetate. The common name is ethyl acetate and IUPAC name is ethyl ethanoate. When it reacts with a strong base, strong alkali like NaOH, sodium hydroxide, what is formed? Sodium salt of this carboxylic acid is formed, that is CH3COO, Na is formed, and this alcohol is formed, C2H5OH. This is ethyl alcohol or ethanol is formed, and sodium salt of this carboxylic acid is formed, and the name of this salt is sodium ethanoate. So it is, or sodium, simply sodium acetate. So this is a saponification reaction where an alkali acts with an ester, reacts with an ester to form sodium salt plus alcohol. So this reaction is known as saponification reaction, a very important reaction and quite frequently asked in exams. Now we were talking about soaps. So soaps commercially, they are made by vegetables oil or animal fat. Animal fat and vegetable oil, these are natural esters, esters of carboxylic acid. They found in nature as esters, and they are reacted with sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide to form soap. We will see how. We take vegetable oil, which is a, or animal fat, any one of them. What are these? These are natural esters. When they are reacted with NaOH, what happens? This soap is formed in the form of sodium salt of carboxylic acid plus glycerol is formed, and this glycerol is a type of alcohol. They have very long alkyl group, they also have very long alkyl group. Here we have seen the alkyl group is only 2 carbons are present in this carboxylic acid, but here the natural state, it is Stearic. Carboxylic acid is stearic acid, and this stearic acid has carboxylic group C17H35. So many carbon compounds join together to form a long chain, and stearic acid, carboxylic acid is formed having this alkyl group, and this is a natural carboxylic acid which form ester, and with NaOH it gives soap and glycerol. Glycerol is an alcohol and soap is sodium salt of this acid. So this is saponification reaction for commercial production of soap, and this reaction we can do in lab. It is also a saponification reaction but with a small ester with less number of carbon atoms, and a small sodium ethanoate is formed and ethanoic acid is formed. Here glycerol has much more number of carbon atoms, and this soap is also sodium salt, but it is a long chain of carbon is present, and here this COONA. This group is present on this end. This is the structure of soap molecule which we will now discuss. So this is the saponification reaction. Now next is the structure of soap molecules. How is the molecule before this? I think this is the preparation, then structure of soap molecule. The natural soap molecule is, as I have just drawn, it has a long carbon chain. So what does it mean? From this carbon is present, here carbon is present, here carbon is present, here carbon is present, and all are attached with H2. Here CH2, CH2, here it is CH3 at the end. So in this way a long carbon chain is present, and this is the alkyl end of soap. I am drawing what I am drawing? Soap molecule. A single molecule of soap. What is a single molecule of soap? It is sodium salt of long chain carboxylic acid. So this is the long chain of carboxylic acid. On this end COONA, it is present, or we can write it like this. This is C double bond O, O and Na. So this is, and we can also draw it like this. This end we can show as a head of the soap molecule, and this is the tail of the soap molecule. The tail, it is formed of alkyl group. Are you following or not? This is one of the soap molecules. This is the hydrocarbon tail. Hydrocarbon tail is like this: CH3, CH2, 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 CH2. Along, as in stearic acid, around 17 carbons are present with 35 hydrogen. So, and on this end, this is on this end, this is known as head, this is known as tail, and what is head is formed of? It is formed of a carboxylic group. The end group of this tail, C double bond A, and H is removed. The H of carboxylic acid, it should be COOH. In carboxylic group, this is the group for carboxylic acid, COOH. So this H is removed by addition of sodium. So this head, it is ionic in nature. Ionic means this CO group is negatively charged and this sodium is positively charged. So an ionic head is formed, and this tail is non-ionic, or we can say it is formed by covalent bonds. So tail is formed of covalent bond between carbon and carbon, and it is non-ionic. On the other hand, this head, it is ionic as it has COO group which is negative and sodium ion which is cation or positive in nature. So this is the structure of one soap molecule. Now the other thing about this tail and head, this tail is hydrophobic in nature. Do you know what is hydrophobic? Phobia means to having some which does not have an affinity with water. Hydro means water and phobia means to scare. So this tail, it is scared of water. It does not dissolve in water and it remains away from water. It does not like water. So this tail is hydrophobic in nature. Why it is hydrophobic? Because the bonds in this tail, they are covalent and they are not ionic, so it does not dissolve in water. And head, which is of ionic nature, it is hydrophilic in nature. Hydrophilic means it loves water. So head is hydrophilic, it loves water. It can dissolve in water. Why it can dissolve in water? Because it has plus and minus charges. It is ionic in nature, so it can dissolve easily in water, and this tail, it does not dissolve in water. Due to this differential properties of tail and head, a special type of structure is formed, and this special structure is known as micelle. So soaps form micelle when they are dissolved in water. Now what is this micelle and what is the structure of micelle? This micelle. What is the structure of micelle and what are these micelles? So when soaps are dissolved in water, they form a cloudy solution, and this cloudy solution is colloidal solution. It shows Tyndall effect. You learned in 9th about the Tyndall effect and about the colloids. So when these soaps, they are dissolved in water, they form a cloudy solution, and this cloudy solution is colloidal solution and it shows Tyndall effect. And this cloudy solution or the colloid, it is due to the formation of these micelles. Now what is micelle? Micelle is a spherical body, spherical arrangement of soap molecules. What is this spherical arrangement of soap molecules? You know, this is one soap molecule with sodium here as a cation. So all the soap molecules, they arrange themselves in an spherical order like this. All the soap molecules, they arrange themselves in a sphere, spherical arrangement with sodium towards periphery and all the tails towards the interior, towards the center of the sphere. You can see, and in the center, this part, it is oil or dirt which we want to clean. Oil or dirt which is present on our body or in the clothes. Normally all the dirt, they are oily in nature, or grease, they are oily in nature. So in the center, if a droplet of oil or dirt is present, these soap molecules, this is a single soap molecule, this is other. So I have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 soap molecules. This is an individual soap molecule. This is the tail, hydrocarbon tail, and this is the ionic head with sodium as a cation. So what happened, how this sphere is made, and this sphere is known as micelle. The name of this spherical arrangement of different soap molecule, it is known as micelle. So micelle are arranged this way. How? When the soap is dissolved in water, these tails, they are hydrophobic. They do not dissolve in water, but they can dissolve this dirt or oil because they are hydrocarbon of petroleum nature. So they dissolve this dirt or oil, and all are attracted toward this oil. As they have no charge, they can come close to each other without any repulsion. But this sodium, as it has positive charge, so positive will repel each other, and they repel each other, and they are present on the periphery of this micelle. This sodium cation or this head, it dissolves in water because it is hydrophobic. So sodium, this head, ionic head, dissolves in water at the periphery, and these chains, they dissolve this oil or dirt in the center of the sphere, and this sphere, they are known as micelles. Now how these micelle, they clean the cloth? What is the cleansing action? How they clean any dirt on the body or from any surface which is having oily or greasy nature. What happened when soap is dissolved in water? So these micelle, they suspend in water, form colloids, and dirt is dissolved in the hydrocarbon chains, and these heads, they remain in the water outside. So when the cloth is rubbed, so this chain along with the oil or dirt, it comes out, and when the cloth is rinsed, the dirty water is thrown away, then these chains with this dirt, they are rinsed with water. They are thrown away with water because they attaches themselves with dirt or oil. Should I repeat this process? When this soil is dissolved in water, these chains, they attracted towards the oil, and they dissolve in this oil or dirt. And if when the cloth is rubbed or the body is rubbed, this whole of the chain, whole of the micelle with dirt, they come out. And when the cloth is rinsed, these are also rinsed with cloth and the water which we throw away after rinsing. So these dirt with these chains, it is thrown away. In this way, this is the cleansing action of soap on dirt or oil. So this is how soap works to clean the surfaces. Now there are some drawbacks. So before the drawbacks of the soap, we will take detergents. What are detergents? Soaps are formed of natural substances, but detergents, they are man-made. They are synthetic. They are known as synthetic detergents. Why they are known as synthetic detergents? Synthetic detergents. They are formed by different chemicals. They are not natural oil, or they do not have fat or oil. What are synthetic detergents? They are, you can write this, sodium or ammonium sulfonate of long chain acids, hydrocarbon acids. Long chain acids having long hydrocarbons. So these are not carboxylic acid, they are sulfonic acids. The sulfonates, which may be sodium or which may be ammonium of sulfonic acid, they form detergents. And the structure of detergents, again, this is long chain alkyl group, and on this side sulfur, so this is sulfate group, S double bond O, and this is O joined with a single bond, and on this side this is sodium. So they are sodium salt, sodium sulfonate of this long chain acid, long chain organic acid. This is a long chain, again like the previous one, hydrogen and carbon, and this is the end group, which is again ionic in nature. This is plus, this is minus, ionic, and it is non-ionic. And the function is same like the soap. The difference is only these are synthetic, they are not carboxylic acid, they are sulfonic acid. The compounds of sulfonic acids, sodium ammonium sulfonate, they are synthetic detergents, whereas soaps are compounds of carboxylic acids. Both are organic acid, these are also organic acids, those are also organic acids, but these are sulfonate and those are carboxylic acid group having carboxylates. So this is the synthetic detergents. They also form micelle like the soap, and the cleansing action is like the soap. Now what is the difference between soaps and detergents? Which are useful, which are not useful? There are some advantages as well as disadvantages of these detergents and soap. So we can make a table, a comparison of both soap. The first one is they are biodegradable and they are non-biodegradable. That is, they cause pollution and they do not cause pollution. Second, how they cause pollution? The algae or other water plants, they flourish when these detergents they are added to water. After rinsing, if the water goes to ponds or rivers, then the algae or other water plants present in those water bodies, they flourish, they grow more and cause more pollution. What will happen when they flourish? Oxygen will be less. When the oxygen in the water will be less, which will cause pollution. So this is the main advantage of soap and disadvantage of detergents. The second is the disadvantage of soap is it forms scum. I will just tell you what is scum with hard water. What is hard water? When calcium or magnesium compounds, magnesium salts, they are present in water, it forms the water hard. This calcium and magnesium, they can be present in form of sulfate, in form of carbonate, or in the form of chloride. So when calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, calcium chloride or magnesium chloride, they are present, these salts are present in water, it forms the water hard. And with hard water, hard and soft water, all of you know. So this hard water, it is mainly from the hand pumps or these bores, from the wells, this hot water comes, and this soap, it forms scum with hard water. How? this scum is formed, all of you know, in soap. On one side sodium is present. This sodium is replaced by calcium or magnesium. A double displacement reaction takes place. The sodium is displaced by calcium or magnesium salt, and they form a insoluble something solid like substance with soap, and this insoluble white substance is scum. And due to the formation of this scum, lot of soap, it goes waste. Here detergents, they do not form scum. So it is an advantage. When scum is not formed, they do not react with calcium or magnesium salt or with hard water. So with hard water also they lather. Lather, you know, the production of these bubbles or foam. They lather well with hard water. So cleansing is good with detergents, even with hard water. And here, if hard water is there, the soap goes waste and scum is formed. Here detergents, they do not form scum with hard water, and the dirty surfaces, they clean well, they form leather as no scum is formed. So this is advantage, this is disadvantage, this is advantage, and this is disadvantage. So in this way we can differentiate between soaps and detergents. This is all about soap and detergents, and in the next video we will learn about allotropes of carbon. That's all. Thank you.